It's Cy-Hawk Week, and we're sitting down with two team captains for this year's Iowa Hawkeye team, Jay Higgins and Luke Lachey. First off, guys, I know you're repeat captains. You were in the same spot last year. How much did it mean to you both to be able to be named captain again for this year's Hawkeye team?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we're voted by our teammates.
Yeah.
And so obviously, I think that's the most important thing. And we're actually voted by the other leaders on the team. So obviously, you don't have like those freshmen who don't really know your body of work. You have guys that, you know, were here in the off season, here throughout your career here at Iowa. So I feel like it speaks to how important it is being voted captain.
Yeah, I'd say it means a lot too, especially being injured most of last season and still being voted every week. It meant a lot to me, and yeah, just really grateful for my teammates.
Yeah, Luke, I know that last week when we talked to you, you spoke about that first time you were going to get out there and get a chance to hit somebody. What was that like for you on Saturday, getting a chance to actually hit somebody, make contact for the first time?
It was good. It was good. It was much better than it being one of my teammates. So it was a good feeling, you know, to knock off the rust, and hope, you know, looking forward to doing it again this weekend.
Jay, how do you feel about having this guy back next to you out there at the pregame coin toss?
I told him, I said every time he caught the ball, it looked like he fell for it for at least 2 yards. You know, out here everything's tag off, we keep them up, but you kind of forget, like, other teams have to tackle this guy. I forgot about that. I thought everybody else was going to tag off.
Just lay off.
So it was good seeing him get upfield, fight for extra yards. It's pretty fun watching him.
Yeah, I know the company line is that every game means the same. We prepare for every game the same, and I know that you guys are preparing this week just like you would for any other game. But having been in the program for as long as both of you have, what does the Cy-Hawk game mean to this team, and how special is this week in the grand scheme of things for you?
Yeah, Coach Ferris talks about it a lot, just it being important for Iowa as an entire state. Anytime where you can have two major programs play each other in the same state, it's good for Iowa football. And obviously, it's a big game to us. It's going to be a big game to them. You know, so really excited to see what we can do. And usually for the last 70 years or so, it's been a pretty close game.
Yeah.
So it's excited to play in close games and games that, you know, mean something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same for me. You know, it's really exciting. For us, we didn't really grow up in this environment where we get to see like two in-state big schools playing against each other. And, you know, over 5 years, you start to learn about the game and how important it is for the state. So I'm really excited to be a part of it, and it should be a lot of fun on Saturday.
Neither of you grew up in Iowa, but you grew up in Big Ten country. You're both Midwest boys. What was your first introduction to this game? You know, your first Cy-Hawk experience?
For me, it was 2021. Going to Iowa State and playing there. You know, you don't really know too much about it before you're really into it, and you know, it was a lot of fun. You kind of grow up around a lot of that. You know, the rivals and stuff like that. You know, me being from Columbus, you see how big of a game, you know, the game Ohio State and Michigan is. So you get that kind of feeling with this one, and you know, I'm super excited to be a part of it again.
Yeah. Same as Luke. Just getting off the bus in Ames, and their crowd's like super tight to the bus as we sneak our way to the stadium. You know, and obviously Luke had a bigger role in that game than I did, but just remember the energy and the what it meant. Obviously, it's a trophy game, so it's always pretty important.
What do you enjoy more, winning a game like that in front of your home fans, or getting a chance to do it and break the hearts of somebody on the road like you did last year?
Shoot, winning.
Yeah.
You said the key part is winning it. I think winning the game is the most important. Obviously, in Kinnick, it's pretty special. But if any time the trophy can be in Iowa City, I think everybody's pretty happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Luke, you grew up around one of the biggest rivalries in American sports in Ohio State and Michigan. I won't ask how this compares to that rivalry because I know it doesn't, but in what way is this maybe similar? Are there similarities you see between Iowa State and Ohio State, Michigan?
I mean, to me, I feel like it's just as big being a part of the Iowa and Iowa State one. You know, it's big for the state. Everyone in the state is going to be locked in on this game, I feel like, on Saturday, and I know all the kids in schools right now are going to be donning their black and gold or their Iowa State colors. You know, probably not talking to each other. So it's really important, and you know, I feel like it'll be great.
Do you guys hear more from your either friends or family coming up to this game this weekend? That there's a little bit more text, more like, "Hey, we like you guys to win every game, but we really want you to win this game.
Yeah, definitely more ticket requests for this game compared to last week. So I'm still trying to figure out how I can get 10 more tickets. I think I'm at 6 so far, so I got a long way to go. But yeah, definitely you can feel the energy rising.
I'm just looking for 2 tickets, and I tell my mom, I'm saying, hey, it's hard to get tickets for this game. All the Iowa kids are trying. Everyone wants to come for this game, so you know, I'm not looking for 10. I'm just looking for 2.
I'm trying to beat out Drew Campbell. You know, he got to all the freshman D linemen before I could, so I guess Drew Campbell's going to have a lot of people here this week.
Jack coming?
I don't know. I guess he's got a ticket.
He's got a game the next day. Do you hear much from your dad about the rivalry? I mean, what that was like for him playing in the Ohio State-Michigan games back in the 80s, I think?
Yeah, 80s. Not a ton, no. For me, he sent me a text this morning, just, you know, have a good week of practice, you know, a good week of preparation, stuff like that. And, you know, he's really just approaching it like any other week, letting me you know, go about my business and be ready for the game. You
both have had a lot of years on the roster so far. Give me your one favorite Iowa memory so far, something from a Cy-Hawk game that really stands out from your time so far on the roster. Best moment or something that really stands out to you?
I'd say for me, just last year, Nick Jackson, new to the program, week 2 into the Iowa defense. And I think he was still young, and obviously I was a first-year starter last year. Week 2, second game starting ever at Mike Backer for the program. And I think that was a big game for us. Obviously 2 guys new in the defense, and being able to get a win on the road, felt like that kind of pushed our year forward and gave us confidence.
Yeah. For me, I'd say just, you know, going with all my teammates and, you know, grabbing the trophy at the end of the game last year was a great memory, and same in 21. You know, carrying that off the field, you know, hand in hand, swarming off. It's great.
It doesn't mean more when you really played an impact in that game more than you.
I could talk on that one. Yeah, it definitely feels a little bit better that you contributed to the success of the team.
Yeah. Jay, being from Indiana, was there any rivalry compared to this one? I mean, Indiana-Purdue, I don't know if this holds the same gravitas in Indiana or if there is some other rivalry that could look similar to the Cy-Hawk one.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a big college fan growing up. And, you know, being from Indy, didn't know too much about Iowa State, but I think the first day you're on campus and, you know, as you live in Iowa, you quickly understand how important this is, and you know how families are divided, and the colors that they sell at Shields and stuff like that. So I think it's, you know, not being from Iowa, I feel like I'm from Iowa when it comes to this rivalry game.
Looking ahead to this Saturday, you guys got a great performance out of week 1 against Illinois State, but the jump in talent is going to be big from Illinois State to Iowa State this weekend. How much does this game mean in your schedule? How big of a test is this going to be for you to know, like, boy, this is a Power 4 opponent that we're playing. This is going to be a big litmus test for what the rest of the season might look like.
Yeah, looking at the offense, I don't know what they do defensively, but obviously good receivers. Quarterback had a great offseason. Looks improved a lot from last year to this year. I mean, I threw the ball, I think it was 74% last week. So obviously we're working with a talented offense. You know, their program knows us well, or they know our defense in and out. And so it's really up to us to go out there and compete. But we definitely know we're going to have our hands full. Freshman All-American running back returning, you know, and if he's healthy or not, we'll be ready. But yeah, definitely have you know, they're a place that they can hurt us with, and their players as well.
Yeah, got a lot of respect for their defense as well. They're more of a unique defense. We don't really see much of what they run all year long. More of like a 3-3-5 look. You know, they always have their star in the middle of the field, kind of filling in on the run, and also having an extra guy out there in the pass. So you know, we'll have our hands full there. But you know, it's really just making sure our eyes are in the right spots and coming off the ball and hitting.
Sounds good. Boys, thank you so much. We're looking forward to this Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.